Martinez of artscalifornia.net, and I am here today with Michelle
Andress
at ArtHouse Studios on
R Street in historical downtown Sacramento.
Right.
I'm in Studio 1.
Nice.
And there are approximately 20 artists up here.
Have you been here long?
I've been here for 6-7 years.
That's nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and it's a wonderful community of artists, and yeah, we've stuck it out through the whole COVID thing, and here we are, having second Saturdays again.
Oh, that's nice. I
Yeah.
love second Saturdays.
Yeah.
And you've got some beautiful pieces on display here, but you actually work here too, don't you?
I work here occasionally. I also have a home studio that I work at. But for me, 2 years ago, everything changed because I was an abstract, mixed media, resin painter,
Okay.
and I moved, and I no longer had a place to pour my resin. And all my mixed media work was kind of about the collective human behavior, and I kind of got burnt out on that, as you can imagine. And so we moved to a place where we could see the American River Parkway, and it just inspired me.
Yeah.
So I put down my resin and acrylics, I picked up oil painting, and I'm looking for bucolic, peaceful
Yes.
scenes.
Peaceful is the word that comes to mind when I view your work. Just very soothing.
I think sometimes
Yeah.
we need to just take a minute in the day and go somewhere else in our minds and breathe. So
Beautiful work.
I hope to, give people the opportunity for those moments.
Nice. Shall we move on?
Yeah. How are you? Good coming, Taylor. This is Taylor Goodamute.
Hello, Taylor. Thanks for having us in your studio here.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Sure, you've seen all the wonderful studios here. I share this space with another artist. This is Michelle Fisher's work. And then over here is my work. I work in metal. I do some printmaking as well.
Nice. And what is this piece of equipment that you have out here?
People usually ask me, how do you cut that metal? I'm not a big person. But this is my secret weapon, one of them. This is called an electric shear.
Wow, it
And-
looks formidable.
Okay, you ready for this?
Okay.
So you see that little middle piece goes up and down?
Yeah.
And then when we cut, I should have this clamped down, but just to give you a little idea. So you see this little bit is waste, and it gives a nice clean cut.
Nice.
And then I have also a torch, which I cut with.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that kind of gives a rough edge. You see, I use the rough edge solely on this piece. And there's different, this one has both. So that's one of the aesthetic decisions I make as I'm working around, what kind of edge I want.
Lovely.
Yeah. And so I do pieces around this size to show here. And I get a lot of commissions.
Okay.
And they can be for indoors or outdoors because I use powder coating on the pieces, which is what they use on lawn furniture and bicycles.
Yeah, powder coating is
Yes.
incredibly durable.
Yeah, so it's durable. This is a maquette. I'll start with a drawing or a maquette like this, a model. A maquette
Yes.
is a model.
Yes.
So this is what this ends up being.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice to show that before and after, yeah.
And that went to Pennsylvania. That was a commission.
Very
So I
nice.
do get a lot of commissions.
Yeah.
And I've done some public art and did pieces for the city of grants.
Of grants. Okay. Okay, nice.
So keeps me busy.
Great.
If you have any questions about any particular pieces?
It looks pretty pretty
you can see, I
self-explanatory.
try to use some of my scraps. I showed you that.
I do like
list.
that. Yeah, yeah, no, I think the scraps are a whole nother opportunity, aren't they?
Yes. As I said, I do some printmaking as well.
Yeah, your monotypes are beautiful. City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen that one in some publicity before. So yeah, and I think I've seen that one too. And I think I've seen this one sometime. Maybe I went to the website.
I've done that.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Well, I'm glad you can. You can.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Rebecca Martinez from artscalifornia.net, and today I'm meeting with Kathy Cederland, an incredible beaded jewelry maker,
Thank you.
at Studios on ArtHouse,
Yes, ArtHouse. This is Studio 11 here.
Studio 11, yeah.
Yeah. So
Good.
yeah, we all kind of go by our studio number. That's kind of our point of reference.
That's a good idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And your pieces are incredible.
Thank you very much. Yeah, they're all hand stitched by me,
Uh-huh.
and I work on either an ultra suede, which is a synthetic suede, if you don't wear leather, but primarily I use Italian leathers on my work, on the backing and on the top where I bead. The ropes, the neckwear are all hand stitched. It's referred to as off loom beading, so I tend to do a spiral rope or a cubic right angle weave, which I love. It's kind of a little thicker and more structural rope, but I love it. I tend to use glass and gemstones. I do incorporate some artists, other artists' cabochons into my work, porcelain pieces that I just don't make myself.
That's
so-
a nice collaboration.
Yeah, it is.
Can you point out a sample of one of those?
Well, this one here is, the porcelain beads are, the two white ravens are made by an artist, Laura Mears. And she does just beautiful work, often
Gorgeous.
animals, you know.
And the stone is picture jasper, or
That's an ocean picture rock,
picture rock,
which
yes.
is a rare stone. That is actually cut by a man, Gary Wilson, in Tucson. He cuts his stones very thin, so if you were to lift this up, you can feel how light it is. So when I do make my jewelry, I'm very conscious of the weight. Because something heavy on your ears or on your around your neck all day can, you know, just be kind of.
Look how beautiful that leather
Yeah,
is
this
on the
is a
back.
beautiful one. It's kind of a speckled combination of like a mauve and a blue. But yeah, and this is an example of the cubic right angle weave. So it tends to be a nice thicker
Uh-huh.
rope.
Are these squarish beads a certain kind of bead?
Oh yeah, well these are actually shell under a etched glass, but this is labradorite,
Uh-huh.
and that is also a shell. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the rest are glass beads.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I love these little mini cube beads.
Yeah.
They kind of give that.
Yeah, they work really well.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. That I'm really fond of.
And I see you've got your collection of beautiful Italian leathers here.
Yes, they're all from Italy. There's a lot of different colors and thicknesses. Sometimes I'll make a cuff and I'll just try to emphasize the leather itself and not so much not without so much embellishment. Other times the leather's more of a background.
Right.
And this one I'm actually working on right now on a cuff on the table.
Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, and this is really pretty. I kind of like this turquoise and gold combination.
Yes.
I don't know how the light is. But you can see it's kind of a distressed turquoise leather, and they've put little bits of a deeper blue on it. But yes, this is a fine leather from Italy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I do use a little bit of interfacing on the back because they are very soft leathers.
Yeah, you don't want them to pull through.
Yeah, it also, wearing it helps keep the structure, because it really is a glove leather, so you know how leather gloves get after
Yes,
a
I
few
do.
years. So kind of want to keep the shape of the cup.
Yeah.
These two pieces here, the stones, this is another picture rock jasper.
Uh-huh.
And this, when I purchased it from Gary Wilson in Tucson, it just reminded me of Monterey and being outside in nature. And so the neck piece kind of took that whole feeling of being out, outside in nature. The one above it that is kind of a crescent shape, another Gary Wilson stone. I love his. He cuts beautiful stones, but I do a lot of hiking, and this just reminded me of being up in the mountains, hiking through the waterfalls.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's a really special one to me. So, so I'm definitely influenced by nature, and I love working with color, complements, texture, So, yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. I enjoy it. It's not a art form for everyone. It takes a lot of patience. Most of these pieces take 10, 15, 20 or more hours. A pair of earrings for me will take about 3 or 4 hours. A more embellished pair. So
That sounds pretty fast for what I'm looking at there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a very meditative thing to do.
Mhm.
I put music on and just beat away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, hello. How are you doing? Rebecca Martinez here from artscalifornia.net, and you are
Jim.
And you're at Studio 7 here
I
at
am.
ArtHouse on Art.
I'm one of the gang of 5, which is actually 4.
Okay. All right. And let's see. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Well, I'm most familiar with my own work,
Good. Okay.
which is acrylic on canvas is the media. The subject is usually something to do with the sky. Cloudscapes, skyscapes, and I'm fascinated with aviation and flying. And I spent most of my life doing it in one way or another. And
Uh-huh.
for me, the painting and the flying they're tied together. The whole reason for having airplanes is to go up and look around.
Uh-huh. Do you still do a lot of flying?
Not so much anymore. I have up until the last couple of years when some health issues
Yeah.
started
It's
from
kind
that.
of a taxing.
Yeah, and it's an unforgiving environment. From a flight I took earlier this year with a friend, and that one is San Francisco Bay, seen from slightly west of Napa, at about
Uh-huh.
15 or 16,000 feet.
Wow.
And
I love it.
it's part of the appeal of flying to me is as you gain altitude, the effects that man has on the surface of the planet fade away.
Yeah.
And the higher you get, the less you see of them. And that's a good example of that.
Yes, it is. So where is San Francisco in there? Is it right in here?
Okay, that would be Golden Gate Bridge is here.
Yes. Okay, I have it.
San Francisco,
Uh-huh.
Angel Island, Tiburon,
Richmond, sort of over
Richmond,
there.
Treasure Island.
Uh-huh.
And the photograph that I took as a basis for that that's pretty close to that.
Yeah.
You can't really see much of what humans have done to that part of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is amazing.
Well, I'm from the Midwest, and that's certainly a flatlands storm.
Yeah.
And that's a digital painting, not a canvas painting. I do some of that. I use digital painting to modify photographs that I've taken and set up how I want it before I commit to a big
That's a
canvas.
good idea, yeah.
It's a lot easier
Yeah.
to do it with an
Experiment.
undo button.
Yeah. Yeah. Just beautiful. And how long have you been part of this studio?
I've just been here a little less than a year.
Oh, okay.
100 years or so ago, got my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree and went off and joined the Navy and flew for the Navy and was always going to get back to it. And about 5 years ago, the right point in my life came around where I could get back to it.
Oh, that's nice.
And I really enjoyed it. It's sort of, there's a a lot of satisfaction in.
That's very nice. I think I'm going to be getting a couple of your cards here.
Certainly.
At some point, I have my purse with me right now.
Okay.
So I have to go copy that.
Oh, I can, here. That's the big guy out in the hall. That was taken on a flight. A friend and I helped a friend fly his little plane from Georgia back to California.
Uh-huh.
At 1,000 feet and 100 miles an hour. It was a blast.
Yeah, that would be.
This was from a segment where we flew from Pensacola to New Orleans along the Gulf Coast in the Bayou country.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd seen a lot of the spectacular Western scenery. I'd never seen anything like this. Though.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
totally different and
Oh, yeah, I like that.
completely fascinating. The effect there is noctilucence. When the sun is below the horizon, and it illuminates
Love that.
a cloud that's high enough, at a high enough altitude
Yeah.
that it is still catching the sunlight.
So I try to wake up in time to see the sunrise every morning.
Uh-huh.
Because I love, my middle name is Dawn, actually.
Oh, okay, well,
So I have to live up to that. Okay, this is it. And what did you call the noctilucence? I love that.
that's a meteorological term for
Right up there with Virga.
it. Yeah, rain that doesn't touch the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My pleasure. Thank you for helping promote the arts here.
Sure.
Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
There are a lot of studios up here. As a matter of fact, one is for rent right now.
Up here, one for rent?
One up here, and then the groundswell one next door.
Woo-hoo.
Should we have a peek at the one up here?
You wanna look?
Let's have a look-see.
Okay. So this work here this is Jill Ellen Stanford and Diane Poinski, and they're in studio number 4. They share the space. Hi, Taylor. And here is a gang of 4 people, and Jim Dark is in there, and we'll have to come back around and see Jim's work. 3 people in here, photographers and painters. Nina Booth is behind us. She does flower arrangements, like dried flower arrangements. Beautiful things. A lot of cool things around here. And then this is the studio that is going to be available, Studio 12. And so it's a workspace with a sink, I believe.
Ooh.
Although in these old buildings, we don't pour media down the sink. Linda Green is in this space.
Our buddy Linda.
Yeah, our buddy Linda, other studio mate.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think we missed,
Oh, we missed yours.
well, and we missed a couple here at the other end if we're just doing a tour of the space. So everybody's work is on the wall outside of their studio. And then we have the 800 square foot gallery space.
That's awesome.
This is Jerry Sullivan. She's a designer.
So you have a little bit of everyone in here, huh?
Yeah, it's
That's
nice.
so awesome.
And all of this beautiful surreal work. Surrealist is Diana Armani.
Tiny little brush for tiny little details. It's amazing. I don't even know how she does it. Goes in with a little tiny brush, does all this stuff.
And then we also have Meryl Axelrad, which a lot of people are familiar with. Meryl does fabric collage. So everything outside her studio here is just, these are prints of the fabric collage. And if you get up really close, you can see the texture of the fabric, the
Good
stitches.
stuff.
And if you're lucky enough to go inside, when she's open, you'll see the actual fabric, and she has a wall where she demonstrates how she puts it all together. It's mind-blowing.
Well, that is all fabric.
It is. And then this is Cassandra Newen-Musto. She's also a painter, and you can see some of her very delicate watercolors on it.